What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Destiny 2 video. Today we'll be going over the This Week at Bungie post for April 5th. And yeah, dusting off the bounty book. So as we know, this previous week they had the Bungie bounty. It looks like the Bungie team had 9 wins and 5 losses. I actually just dropped a video on how they can improve the Bungie bounty. If you want to check that out, it'll be in my videos. I posted it just a few days ago and whatnot before the Bungie bounty actually dropped, because I only saw one person who actually had this bounty in Destiny 1, and I'm assuming we're not going to see a lot of people in Destiny 2 have this thing. But yeah, they just talk about how they had a good time and whatnot. So they actually had 5 losses, unlike the first one where they had like 0 losses and like 1 tie. So I'm glad they kind of did that. But they also did a Q&A session like kind of during it to answer some questions, and there's a lot of questions here, but I just want to go over a few of them that I think are the most important. So first question is pretty good. In regards to time to kill, it's pretty popular opinion within the community that the TTK should be decreased. Do you have any plans on looking into this issue further? The sandbox update was called the Go Fast update. Will the next be called Kill Fast? Thanks for listening. Josh Hamrick, we know this is one of the big items the community would like to see. We're already coming at it from a few different angles. With update 1.14, we wanted Guardians to feel more powerful and get more chances to showcase that power. These changes included making weapons more lethal. The next big sandbox update comes with Season 3 as we buff a good chunk of exotic weapons. These changes will be a direct response to exotics don't feel exotic enough. Some of these weapons are getting damage buffs that can have a direct impact on the average TTK of an encounter. So if you saw the last This Week at Bungie post, you would have saw the video of the new Sturm and Drang gameplay. Like, Drang comes with Rampage now, and Sturm can actually 2-tap people with a hand cannon. So it's kind of cool that they're actually like changing up the exotics. The second question is pretty good. Will Vigilance Wing be allowed to reign supreme in the Crucible, or will we see any fine-tuning in the near future? So Josh Hamrick again. While we continue to adjust the sandbox, we are not planning on an outright nerf to Vigilance Wing at this time. We don't believe slowing Vigilance Wing's TTK in a world where our players are asking for a faster TTK is the right call. Instead, we should be adjusting more weapons up to a level where they can compete. I believe you'll find a few returned exotics that you can do that with in Season 3 exotic update. So, as I said, they're going to make exotics feel more exotic, and they're going to make weaker weapons stronger, and that makes me pretty happy. There's one right here as well. It says, when will we get the stream for Expansion 2 and Season 3? Liking the Go Fast update so far, excited to see what's next. Deej responds, we will be back on stream later this month to talk about the next content updates for Destiny 2. We'll show you where you're going next, who you'll meet when you get there, how you'll share new activities with your friends, and what you'll be able to chase in the Crucible to prove your prowess. So yeah, that makes me kind of happy. I think this question here is pretty good. I like to know which elements of the recent feature updates the team have enjoyed working on the most, or which ones they are personally most excited for. So Kevin, with the seasonal Crucible rings, we're looking to serve many goals. Most important to players like me, something to chase or something to set goals for every season. There is a reason to play, and there is a reason to perform in the Crucible. You earn unique rewards for things like time commitment or performance. I'll be back on a future stream to talk more about the ranking system, which is Valor and Glory. One is just counts your wins, and the other one counts your wins and losses. This one's really good. It says, I really wish D2 weapon system returns to primary, special, and heavy. It was better than the current one. Is my wish reasonable? So Josh Hamrick again, we know that you want more control over your loadouts. You can expect weapon slot changes in the future of Destiny 2. We're actively working on a new system right now, and we will have more to show and tell this summer. I skipped a few questions ahead because some of these are really lengthy, and I don't think they're like a lot of good information, but this one right here is really good. It says, are there set plans to introduce new elements, classes, subclasses, or weapon types into the game in the near future? Josh says yes to some of these. From my desk right now, I can look and see new hotness on several people's screens. We'll be showing off a lot of this stuff in the months to come, which that makes me very happy. I'm ready to see some new stuff. There are some other questions here you can check out as well. I don't want to go through all of them because I don't think a lot of them are there's like some of them are lengthy, and if you want to read them yourself, you can go ahead and do that. So the next thing, 1.14 retrospective weekly Crucible playlists. They kind of go into why they have the weekly Crucible playlist and why a Crucible is set up the way it is. I'll just kind of read this off here. So Derek, with weeks worth of update 1.14 in the wild, the PvP team can take a step back and see how we did. One thing we like about the new rotating weekly playlist is that it gives us the ability to add things and make changes without shaking up the core of the Crucible. We'll be using that playlist to try out new modes and events in the future. I kind of like that. It makes me kind of happy so it doesn't screw it up for everybody. Rumble came to Destiny 2 in a big way, and depending on your taste, you may have found it too big. We tend to agree, so the next time Rumble rolls around, you'll find it a bit more room to breathe. We're lowering the player count to 6. Yes! And altering the spawning policy behind the scenes in an attempt to keep players more evenly spaced out. These changes are the first steps toward an even better player experience that we expect to drop when Season 3 begins. So yeah, I don't really need to go into this or whatever. They're talking about Iron Banner, and yeah, so Iron Banner is next week. Speaking of that, so with update 1.1.4, we will be having 6v6 instead of 4v4, and all of the Season 2 Iron Banner weapons will be available to earn or purchase. So it begins next week, April 10th, ends April 17th, and the game is Control. Like, you'll be able to earn all of these weapons right here. Like this auto rifle is really good, the shotgun's really good, the hand cannon's pretty good. These other weapons aren't too, like, this one's, the Vice Scout Rifle right here is pretty good, the Suros Pulse is not really good, and the Grenade Launcher is not really good, but you will be able to earn all of these weapons in the next Iron Banner, since I think it will be the last one to earn these things in. It will be 6v6, which is awesome, so maybe people will hit some Reapers since they added those new medals in the game, which is pretty cool. The next subject is Rare Air, and Bungie is having a community summit, and they're inviting some of the content creators and streamers in the community, and they're going to talk to them and see how they think the game should be improved and whatnot. Obviously, not everybody in the Destiny community was invited and stuff like that. I just want to hear from people, I think, who are mature and actually have like things worked out in the game. So they're actually having, it's not like a Destiny reveal event, what they say right here. So they're not going to see anything new. They just want some feedback from, like, I would say some prominent and mature content creators and streamers, and what people in their communities think should be improved as well. Obviously, we have the dock, which is the Destiny Operations Center. They talk about some known issues in 1.4. I don't need to go over that, but there will be a hotfix and maintenance downtime on April 10th, right before Iron Banner and whatnot. And it looks like 9 a.m. Destiny 2 server maintenance is scheduled to begin. Players may no longer sign in Destiny 2. And then 10 a.m. players still in Destiny 2 activities will return to the title screen. And then 11 p.m. it says Destiny 2 server maintenance is scheduled to conclude. Destiny 2 hotfix 1.1.4.1 will be available to download and install. Iron Banner will begin as soon as maintenance schedule. I think they messed this up. I think it's supposed to be 11 a.m. because they talk about that right there. But yeah, we'll have some downtime as well. There's also the movies of the week. I haven't watched this one, but I did watch this one. There's a Titan that gets launched off the Javelin 4 map, and then this guy, I'm gonna play it actually because he ends up hitting a Reaper, which is crazy with Dawnblade. So you'll be able to see it right here. All right, that one doesn't really count off the start of it, but you'll be able to see it here in a sec. Dawnblade is moving, so I think this is 1, and then he has 2, 3, and then he has 4, and then 5, 6, 5, 6, and then 7. So he hit a Reaper. Oh my goodness, you could see the little medal there. Dude, that's crazy. That's freaking nuts. I'm glad they brought that in. Nightfall high score from the Pyramidian. Looks like he almost got 500k, dude. 500k. I don't know if they did a Lost Sector glitch or not, but that is crazy, dude. Like, having that high of a score, I think I only got like 80,000 or something like that, but having almost 500k, that is freaking nuts. But yeah, that is all for the TWAB this week. I hope you enjoyed my little summary of it. As I said, there are a lot more questions that they answered down there that you can read yourself. I just want to go over a summary of the stuff that I thought was interesting and the stuff that I thought was important. But if you do want to know how to support me, there'll be a link below. Say best way to support me. All you have to do is go to the link. It's only like a 4-minute video. It's not Patreon or anything like that. I think it's a lot better than Patreon. I believe you guys get a lot more out of it. But if you don't want to do that, you can always like and subscribe to the channel as well. If you do those things, I'd very much appreciate it. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. We'll catch you next time.